Hello and welcome to another episode of the Executive Hub Show. My name is Mustafa Hosseini. At the Executive Hub Show, our aim and goal is to uh, invite successful entrepreneurs who will share their stories and their challenges and tips and strategies that will hopefully help you grow and scale your business and give you motivation and inspiration to run a successful business. Today, my guest is Rene Rodriguez. Welcome, Rene.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate your taking the time to do this.
Fantastic. Great to have you. And I look forward to our conversation. Today, we're talking about why personalized flowers are changing the way we express emotions. We've got a very interesting story and an interesting man in business. So hang out and learn about a new way to express your emotions, especially because the fact that Valentine is only like a month away. So we're gonna give you some new tools to express your love and the rest of it. Let me do the proper introduction for Renee, and we'll go from there. Rene Rodriguez, the innovative founder of Speaking Roses, a brand that has revolutionized the floral industry by blending the beauty of flowers with cutting edge personalization technology. Through his patented process, Rene has created a unique way to print messages and designs directly onto fresh flowers. Isn't that interesting? And he is redefining how we express emotions. Speaking Roses has been featured in over 500 media publications and is now in more than 50 countries. Renee, how was your day so far?
It's been wonderful. Yeah, great day,
Love it.
beautiful day. Looking at the mountains here in Utah is absolutely phenomenal.
Oh, I've been meaning. Utah is on my list to come down for skiing. You guys have some world class ski resorts down there.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of my favorite places on earth, actually. I mean, I've been in many countries around the world, and Utah is it's like a heaven on
Yeah,
earth, simply
yeah,
because if you like outdoors, it's a perfect place to be.
absolutely, absolutely. What's the weather like out there right now?
It's kind of cold. We got a big storm a few days ago, so we got a lot of snow in the mountains right now to go skiing, and the views of the mountains, and it's just spectacular.
Love it. So let's dive into it, Renee. What is your story?
Well, my story is I'm originally from Chile. I come from a family of entrepreneurs. So since I was very young, I always been involved in somehow, shape or form, helping my parents with their businesses. So they have supermarket, they have distribution centers, they have transportation companies. So I was always in the in the nitty gritty of things, learning. My dad was very inspirational in having his son working in every aspect of the business. So that helped me a lot. Well, with that, I become entrepreneur. Actually, I mean, funny, but I call it myself being an entrepreneur when I was 12. I remember selling his old tires of his transportation company to people that refurbish them. And I realized that people buy old tires. So I start collecting them from the garbages and start selling to people that want to refurbish them. So I learned about the refurbished business very young. And anyway, that's my journey that I start, and I become a serial entrepreneur from advertising agencies, promotional product companies, direct selling businesses, technology, and between others.
Fantastic. And then, uh, what do you do these days, and who do you serve?
Well, right now, so during my journey, I remember um, when I used to have an agency. I remember JC Penney came to me and they said, Rene, we're looking for something very unique to give away so people can experience the grand opening of JC Penney that they were opening in Chile. We're looking for that experience to extend after the day of the grand opening. So what do you have so we can give away? Because we're looking for something special. And we come up with the ability to, because we also have a promotional product company, we came up with the ability to print a message that says you're special, JCPenney, on a flower. And I told them that nobody's going to throw this flower away. It's going to be there for at least 10 days. I didn't even know if that was true or not, but that's what I sold. And they absolutely love it. So they bought me several thousands of flowers for the launching of the grand opening. And and then after that, I remember getting a call from the people from Nestle. And they said, Rene, we spend millions of dollars to try to get to the decision makers of the house, the moms, and you got a product that they absolutely love. So we want to start using it for launching, new products. So I remember our first launch with Nestle was a little yogurt called Junior that they use it for that as well. So
Yogurt?
a yogurt, yep, for yogurt called Junior. I don't know if that yogurt ever made it here or not, but that was the name of the yogurt. So that's how they start using it for many different other products as well. And I realized that this product is not just flowers; it's a promotional product. So I start offering it to companies like American Express. Well, for the launching of the business card, they invite everybody. They give them centerpieces and they give roses away with the American Express logo on it. Ford Motor Company, they're launching the Ford Focus with the centerpieces. They give away for the media, and then we start doing a lot of those events. So then my mind started thinking, oh, wow, this is very interesting. I should build a company around this. So I started looking at the opportunity. My wife, she was from the United States. So in my mind, I thought, I can move to the United States in a minute. So I started looking at the market in the United States. And here's something that I learned that most Americans don't know this. And I asked this question to people. I said, what is the national bird in the United States of America? Everybody knows the answer, right? The golden eagle. But then I said, what is the national flower of the United States of America? And
Nobody
guess
knows.
what? Nobody knows that. Nobody knows that. And
What
the
is it? I don't
answer
know. What is it?
is a rose.
Oh, interesting.
So because it's a rose, I realized that the potential in the United States was absolutely massive because I wasn't just selling a flower. I was selling a product that it was applied. The vehicle was the rose, but the printing, it was defining the industry. In this case, the promotional industry. So that's how the story is started. And that's what I'm, many years later, that's what I'm doing today with a lot of story behind it, of course.
Love it. So, do you mainly focus on B2B businesses, or you do B2C as well?
Well, so that's a very good question. So in my mind, that's the only thing I was doing, B2B, because it was going very well. So but when I decided to move to back to I studied in the United States when I was a kid, but I decided to come back to the United States now to live here. So I sold all my other businesses and I moved to the United States and I opened a company called Speaking Roses. So when we started Speaking Roses, we started selling online to directly to the consumer. But then eventually I realized that the promotional product industry here in the United States was so big, so massive, that it's a $24 billion industry that is organized by these associations. So we decided to go and attend the biggest trade show in the world of promotional products. And when that happened, I literally learned that our product was very well received. In fact, I'm going to share my screen over here so I can show you something
Sure.
um, that is something that is very, very unique. Let me tell you once you can see it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Could you share it one more time, please?
Okay, let me share it with you here. It's called the screen share. Um, Let me know if it's up or no.
It is not giving me the.
Screen sharing. Let me see. I'm gonna do it again.
Let's do it
Um,
again. Yes.
gonna do a screen share,
Yep.
and I'm gonna select the screen, and then I'm gonna go share.
There you go. Bingo.
You got it?
Yes.
Okay. So here you go. So when I went to this trade show, it's a big trade show. This is like kind of like going to the Oscars in the movie industry. And by the end of the show, we receive the best award in the entire show. Well, this is like winning the Oscar in the movie industry. So this is when things start getting crazy because once we won that award, our product start getting very viral. Every company that they start looking at us as a flower company solution because now we could print anything on flowers. We can print
Mm-hmm.
logos, we can print messages, we can print pictures, we can print brands, we can print anything. And we start getting orders from all over the place, companies, fundraisings, corporations, funerals, events. So I started learning something very unique. I realized that even the media was so interested in our product. I'm going to play this short little clip over here so you can, and I'm going to summarize it, but I'm not going to put the sound on it so it doesn't get very annoying. But we got featured in Force Magazine, Ink Magazine. We even got Disney calling us saying, are you guys the one with the flowers? We love people buying items with our logos on it. So even Disney starts selling our flowers. Elvis Presley, Marilyn Monroe, Snoopy. I have no idea that people buy so many things with their logo, and we were the only ones in the world that I can do this. So we start getting featured in TV shows, in Fox News, Good Morning America. We got into CNBC. We got into into all these TV shows, and we even were part of the Grammys, the Oscar nominations. Um, and here's a funny one: we were chosen the best product of the entertainment television. So now
Wow.
our product is start getting so much momentum to the point that if the number that I'm going to give you, it got very crazy. This is Tom Cruise right here, giving our flowers in the Ellen show. He actually requests to give our flowers in the Ellen show. So what we learned here is something very, very interesting. We got to the point that we start at one moment we were producing 60,000 stems a day. I don't know if you can comprehend that, but 60,000 stems a day, the nightmare of logistics. It
Yeah.
is crazy. So we
I,
learned that with this model was very hard to manage and control and to grow because of the amount of the logistics of things,
mhm.
you know?
I'm thinking probably keeping the flowers fresh is an issue, isn't it?
100%. So, and the reason why we come up with this analogy is because, okay, I said, and we will start thinking about this. Paper is an industry, but greeting card is a different industry. Magazine is a different industry. Books is a different industry. But paper is an industry that is the source of all those other industries. So in our head, we thought, okay, fresh flowers is the industry, but the printing is what defines the industry. So I learned that we were, in a sense, creating a new form of expressions because the flower was the raw product, like the paper, but the printing was the defining moment of the industry. That's what we were tapping in so many different
Hmm.
industries. And
Love
dealing
it.
with the logistic, dealing with fresh flowers was absolutely a nightmare. So we learned very quickly that we need to adjust in order for us to grow. Because if we didn't adjust, um, this was a very hard model to grow, for sure.
Very interesting. Um, Can I remove the screen, or are we?
Absolutely.
Okay, so that's, I mean, looks beautiful. Couple questions. Um, do you only do one color printing on these flowers, or could it be multiple colors?
So the flowers can be print in any color people want it, but we standardize because if not, the amounts of personalization it can go very crazy, right?
Okay,
So we standardize. We use silver, gold, copper. Usually are standard products. Now there's companies, of course, that they said, hey, we have a green that is, this is the Pantone number. Well, we can do that. We have people that do, or we have a pink, we have a blue, so we can do that. And of course, we can do that, but that's for larger orders, of course, because if not, it gets very crazy. So
right.
to answer your question, we can do any colors, but one color at a time. We
One
never
color.
want to put more color into a rose because the rose is beautiful as it is.
Right.
Just the ink is the accent. So that's why it has to be one color.
Very interesting idea. Very interesting. How do you deal with the problem of keeping the flower? Oh, before I get there, do you guys only print in Utah?
Well, very good question. And I'm glad you asked that question because once we learn that we can print, um, that we got to that volume, the logistics, there was a lot of other pieces, of course,
Yeah.
in business. Nothing looks so good in paper, of course. So we realized that in order for us to grow, we need to learn how to replicate ourselves. So we went from phase one, which was us selling the product, us producing, us doing everything on fresh flowers. We moved to a model two, which was the licensing model. Well, how the licensing model works is exactly what you asked me. Because we couldn't reach to many different places and countries, we decided to go into the licensing model.
Love it.
And how that model works is very simple. In my head, I thought, okay, everybody has a photocopy machine in their businesses. So if I replicate this as a licensing model, I sell the technology, the know-how, the everything we have learned and explain the show in the markets, the industry, and everything. I will sell that as a licensing business opportunity concept where people will buy it. Either you are in the promotional industry, in the gift industry, you're an entrepreneur, you are a wholesaler, whatever you are, you can buy our technology, become a licensee, and we get a royalty. With that model, in my mind, we're gonna expand to fulfill orders all over the world. Well, the concept was right, and we did grow up to be in over 30 countries with licensees all over the world. That's
Oh,
why I've traveled all over the world to set up companies in many countries. Well, the problem with that model was the following. In the first model, we almost died by indigestion, too many orders. And the second model, we learned that by licensing this, we lose control of the quality, we lose control of the branding, we lose control over the marketing, we lose control over their vision of growing. So
yeah.
we're relying on licensees. So the answer to your question is yes, there's other places that people can buy these flowers through our licensees. But now we're moving to our third stage, which this stage is the one that we believe we will become the brand of flowers worldwide.
So how do you deal with that then? How do you deal with the controlling everything and make
Well,
sure that?
this is where it gets very interesting. So I'm going to share my screen here so I
Okay.
can explain you this in a second. Okay.
Okay.
Um, Let me see if you can see my screen, if I'm doing it right here.
We got to do the share again.
Okay. I think I'm doing it right now. Tell me if you can see it.
Yeah.
Okay. So our vision was this. I thought, okay, in the first phase, we learn how to sell the product. And phase two, we learned how to replicate the model. I mean, we sold licensees all over the world. So we were doing very good. But when COVID hit us, we were relying on somebody else production, capacity, marketing, business. So of course, it shook up our business. So I went back to my partners and I told them, listen, in order for us to create a worldwide brand, we need to understand what Speaking Roses is and what is not. And I asked him this question. I said, every industry has a brand. Pineapples, the entire world knows pineapple by Dole. Coffee, Starbucks. Watches, Rolex. Shoes, Nike. But then I said, give me a brand that represents the oldest industry in the world. That is flowers. Why flowers? Because I believe Adam gave flowers to Eve. So it was the first gift ever given. But you
Aside
can't
from the
create.
apple.
That is correct. Well, you talk about the apple, right? Well, that's a negative connotation, but as a gift, right?
I'm joking.
You know, as a gift was flowers.
Right.
So, and I make that up. I assume it was flowers, of course, and maybe they were giving apples away, but the
Right.
story match up. So my point is that I said, how is it possible that the oldest industry in the world doesn't have a brand worldwide? That's why we believe that there's a huge opportunity to create a worldwide brand that is all over the place. And in order to do that, we moved to phase three. Well, what is phase three? I said, I told my partners, I said, this company, they do a $1.2 billion in sales selling fruits. I said, we can do that, but we just need the model, the marketing, and the distribution, which we learn how to do it.
Hmm.
So that's why what we did is we we rebrand everything. And now, if you look at that, there's a diamond above our rose. If you see that, there's above the diamond, there's a rose because it's the national flower of the United States. And then the rose is above some leaves. Well, if you look the leaf closely, the first is an S and the second is an R of Speaking Roses,
Oh, nice.
right? So that's why with this model, we move to our third model, and it's very interesting. So you're gonna really enjoy this. So this is our farm where we produce our flowers. But and the reason why we put the diamond is because think about this. The diamond is an earth, and every single one of these diamonds is taken by somebody's an expert. He works on the diamond and shape the diamond and put them into a beautiful piece of jewelry that is an earring, a necklace, or something else, and somebody buy it for that life special occasion. Well, every single one of our roses is the top farms in the world that they grab these roses, every single one of them, one by one. They're manually taken care of, manually cut, and they're manually processed. And here's the magical moment, Mustafa. Each one of these roses, now they're preserved. So they're real roses, they're natural roses, they smell real, they touch real, but they're preserved. What does that mean? That they were never going to die. And because
Oh,
of that, now we package our flowers in a whole different level of experience. So this
nice.
is the perfect gift that you can actually buy the most beautiful things of nature, that is a flower, that it won't die, packaged in a way that is literally like a piece of jewelry. That you can buy one, you can buy three, or you can buy and you can put your own message to it, or you can put your own logos to it for corporations or businesses. And then the packaging is everything. So now our marketing, we control the marketing, we control our products, we control the production, and now we look for licensees and distributors all over the world that want to be part of this. So we're doing the same model, but now we are in charge of the brand, the marketing, and the strategy. Why? Because people can buy from petals, they can buy from long stem of roses, that we can sell to companies or corporations. This is a fun product. We created the first national flower uh, item in the United States where people can
Ooh.
buy this collectible item. So our goal is to have every single one in the United States to buy one of these products. You know, you can't have an eagle in your house. Well, you better have a something that is patriotic, that looks like. And this is a real rose. So we have to grab the white rose, insert some red rose petals, insert some blue petals, manually paint them, and package it in this beautiful piece that is looks like a masterpiece. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Wow. So those US flower type of roses, are they real color?
Yes, they're 100% real colors. Now, the blue, of
Like
course, is painted.
like I mean, what I mean is like real flowers?
Real flowers,
And
100%
they
real
don't
flowers.
go bad, and they how long do they last?
Okay, so I'm gonna stop sharing my screen here so I can share something with you here. Um, so look at this. Here's one of our products. Okay, this is what we call the pull and bloom because there's a little ribbon here. So you pull it and they bloom it. Okay, so pull and bloom. I don't know if the camera can see
Nice.
it good.
Yeah, I can see it. I can see it.
Okay, but watch this. So when I touch it, you see the how soft it is? This is a
Yeah,
real rose.
it is. And it doesn't get damaged when you press it like that?
Nope, because it just feels like a real rose and actually smell like a real rose. Why? Because we look for the best oil scents in the world that come from rose gardens. And then we enhance that, you know, and we put them in all our
Oh,
flowers. So now people have real smell, feel, touch, and the whole packaging into something that it will last for many years to come. Now, how long they will last? They will literally last forever. Now, the color, of course, might shade. It's like us, right? You know,
yeah.
it's like a little gray here. You put a t-shirt on the outside under the sun, and the color is gonna shade. So, but it will last for many years to come. And in some cases, it might last 2, 3 years. In some cases, depending on the place, it might take 20 years to shade, for the colors to fade even more.
Wow. How long does it take you guys to preserve the flower?
So the process of preservation, it's it's um, it's um, it's a process that it takes over a week to do that.
Wow.
Now, so it's a very labor intensive process. So this process was created by the Japanese. We didn't create this process. So our partners in that we have around the world are the one that perfected the process, and we look for the top of the top to create a relationship with something that we can rely on for quantity, for quality, that can accomplish our objectives in the way of packaging our products.
Fantastic. So, do you only do bulk orders, or can people go order one on your website for Valentine?
Well, very good question. Um, and again, I'm going to share my screen here simply
Yeah,
because
go for it.
this will be able to answer your question a better way. So, to answer your question, is yes, people can go buy one, literally one rose over there that says, I love you, or Susie, I love you, or Susie, I'm sorry, or will you marry me, or whatever. Or companies can actually come to us and we can actually create products with their own brands, with their own colors, and we can create a special type of packaging. We have programs for funeral homes. So imagine funeral homes. Every funeral home, they need flowers. Well, that's why we are teaming up with funeral homes so they can provide this to all the families. So we have tested this industry for the retail, which we do sell on retail on our website, but we also create partnerships, alliances We have master distributor programs available for every country. We have distributor for channels that we can team up with companies. We have industries like the promotional product, licensing brands that we are working on and we are getting introduced by. We already worked with this thing in the past. So now we are approaching all these companies again simply because we have already done it in the past, but now with this product. So with this product now, through our distributors, through our licensees, we want to create lines that target every industry, from animals, from wildlife, from funerals, from souvenirs, from promotional products, all the way to um, all the way to the most emotional moments of life. There's
Fantastic.
yeah,
Fantastic. This is amazing. Just the fact that you could increase the shelf life and preserve it. That's a game changer for you and people keeping it forever or for a long time, right? Because when we
it is
first
a
started,
game
the
changer.
first question in my mind is, how long is this going to last? If it's only 10 days, it's nice. It's a nice gesture. But if I could keep it for a long time, then that's a game changer for sure.
And we learn that you know flowers are beautiful, and flowers you can never ever enhance mother nature, but for some magical reason when you combine it with humans emotions and you capture that moment, it becomes such a magical element. I mean, I have a story to tell you that you would not even believe me if somebody tell me this story. I have people coming from Australia. He personally sent his secretary to buy flowers for his wife's 25th anniversary because he wants every single one of those roses to be have something different on the flowers. He spent probably like $1,000 on those flowers. 3 months later, he called me. Rene, I'm very disappointed. I'm so disappointed. I bought my wife this $1.7 million jet. I bought this ring that it was 300 and something dollars with this special diamond, whatever. I bought him a few other things, and I bought your flowers. The only thing she talks about with her family is the flowers.
The flowers.
You could have saved me so much money if I knew about you before, because every single name of their grandkids, every single nickname, special events, it was in that flower, and she spent over $5,000. I mean, I'm going to show you something here. This is a product that we used to do over 15 years ago. We used to preserve flowers too. And people that in funerals, life events, and memories, they all want to spend the money and preserve flowers. We used to do it in the old days. It was a long process and it cost a lot of money. So when I learned about this new technology, I thought, wow, they will look fresh for many years to come. The packaging is absolutely phenomenal, and the message is on the flower, and then it can tap into different markets and industries. I thought, wow, this is it. Now I believe I can become the brand. I can become the Starbucks of flowers worldwide. I can become the Nike of flowers worldwide through our model that we already test and prove in the past, which is distributors and licensees.
Nice. Love the story. You've built a great product and it seems like it has a great potential. Um, Renee, you talked about some of the achievements and what you've kind of experienced along the way. What were some of the challenges that you faced while reaching those milestones?
Well, I have a huge book of challenges, of course, Um, I mean, it sounds simple, right? Everything sounds very simple. Just to find the right ink, it took me over 6 months. Just to learn how to package, it took me another 3 to 4 months. So every step that we have been able to overcome, it's always been with a challenge. And once you believe you're there, then you come the challenges of volume, of logistics, then delivery. That's what we were facing with fresh flowers. For example, let me give you an example. We got an order one time that it was literally $85,000 order because it was a corporations. I was invited to speak one day to a florist. And I remember in that florist convention, it was only like 37 florists, but there was the youngest florist in that room. It was 57 years in business. And then I my introduction to them, I said, guys, I don't know how to put an arrangement together. I've never done it. I don't even know how to do it. So if you come to listen to me for 2 hours speaking, I will very disappoint you if you want to learn about flowers with me. But let me give you my 1 minute speech. If this makes sense, you should stay. If it doesn't, I don't blame you. You guys should leave. I said, how many of you guys have ever made one sale in one order that was over $10,000? So please keep your hands up. So as I started, my hands was up. So I said 15,000, 20,000, one order, 25,000, 30. All the hands start going down. My one was still up. So I went all the way to $200,000 because we have received orders over that. And then I said, let me tell you the difference. You've been selling flowers to the same people for the same reasons for the last 100 years. I'm going to show you how to, by printing on the flower, you can tap into industries that you have never been able to tap into before. For example, every company has the secretary to manage the petty cash budget, but also a few doors down the road, you have the marketing director that manage the marketing dollars. Well, I learned how to talk to the marketing director with the marketing dollars. So if you want to learn how to do that, stay around, I'll teach you how. So that's basically what we do, because I don't consider myself being in the flower business. We are
You're in the marketing business.
yeah, and we're in the experience. And if I can share my screen one more time, I want to show
Of
you
course.
something that it just create something very special. Why? I mean, look at this, for example.
Let me see what this looks
See if
like.
you can see this. See if you can see this.
Yeah.
So there's a boy here giving our flowers, one of our packages. This is called the pull and bloom. And if you notice here, the girl's going to open, you open the box, the roses are below. So you don't find this into the market today. It doesn't exist. There's no preserve company today that is selling this product. So this technology, we call it the pull and bloom. So you see there's two ribbons over there. So the girls open it, and now those two ribbons, watch what happened. She's going to pull them, the rose is going to go up. That's what they call the pull and bloom. So we all about the experience. And then the message said, just because I want to make you smile. Imagine giving that to a girl or to your wife. I mean, just a whole different experience. Like, for example, here's a paradigm. A lot of people think that flowers are for women, and I don't believe they're for women. I believe flowers are a new form of communication. In this case, a dad going home, there's a few petals that says congratulations. Look at this message here.
Beautiful.
So that's why we believe we're the hallmark of flowers. That's what we do. That's what we sell. We are in the business of the experience.
Love it. Love it. Love it. So what are some of the challenges or issues that may be holding you and your business back right now?
Well, to build the vision, you need capital, right? And to have capital, you need to explain this because people associate, okay, these guys are a florist. We're not a florist. We're building a worldwide brand that has distributors and has master territories all over the world. So capital has always been the challenge for us to get to that point. So we start bringing a few partners that they start seeing the vision, and now we're all the stars are lining up so we can start targeting marketing through our affiliate model, our distributor model, our licensing model, and directing traffic so we can grow into this. But capital was always one of the biggest challenges. That's one. The second one, of course, was creating all this vision. You know, you have the vision, but you have to create the products. You have to source the products. You have to find the right quality. What works, what doesn't work. How do you hold it together? How you package it and ship it? I mean, there's a huge list of challenges that we have been able to overcome simply because we already have been there, done that. So our years of experience are applied to this new model, and but we little by little, one by one, day by day, we get a new challenge, just like every entrepreneur. Sometimes, being an entrepreneur, being is tough.
Yeah.
If you believe in your vision, like I do, I really believe we will be the next Starbucks of
Yeah.
flowers.
Yeah.
We will be the next Hallmark of flowers. Think about it. Hallmark is just create a beautiful distribution model. They create a brand with a good product, and they're a $4 billion company. Why not?
Love it.
You
Absolutely.
know, why not?
Absolutely. So Renee, if you had a magic wand for your business, what would you use it on right now?
If I can do the magic one, I will bring one partner that is experts in online business with a little bit of capital so we can explode organically.
Love it. And
That'll be
so
my goal.
fantastic. And then what are your goals for this year for 2025?
Well, our goals are it was to launch a website that is running smoothly with a good experience, and open our affiliate distributor channels, which we are slowly developing, and things are start coming as we speak. So we're crawling, we're walking, and then we want to start running. But this
Love it.
in stages, because I know I cannot grow. Yesterday I have a meeting with a customer that they were talking into volume of 25,000 a month. I mean, I need to get there. You know, I can do it. I know how to do it. That we got to 60,000 a day, but it's a new process where we're building.
I love it. Um, what's a typical day look like for you?
A typical day start early in the morning. Uh, I probably wake up between 5:30, 6 o'clock, the latest. I go do my exercise, and after that, I go on to get my green juice. I am fanatic to do my green juice, and then I
Your what
start
again?
my green juice. I build my own green juice.
Green juice. Okay.
Yeah, my green smoothie that I make,
Yeah. Yeah.
and from there on, I start listening to inspirational, uh, people. I'm always learning about something or somebody, about life, about business, about lessons, about stories. I always want to learn from somebody else. The older you get, the less you realize you know. So you want to keep learning and keep adding to it.
Love it. Speaking of learning, are you much of a book reader?
I am not a book reader, but I'm a good listener. Well,
Okay.
depends who you ask. If you ask my wife, I am not, of course.
Right.
but but I don't think there's too many guys that can have that title. But I am a great book listener. I love to listen to books. I mean,
Got it.
uh,
Give me two of your favorite books of all time.
everybody probably read this book, but one of the most fundamental Atomic Habits is a phenomenal book that I believe everybody should read it or listen to it. And there's another book that it has to do um, with personal development.
Okay.
And well, I will give you three, but one is called The Biology of Belief from Dr. Lipton, and the other one, Becoming Super Powerful, Becoming Supernatural, Super Powerful from Joe Dispenza. I can't remember exactly the name of the title. And the reason why is because if you don't know who you are as a person, if you don't understand who you are as a person, the world will define who you are. So I'm a father. I have six kids. So the world's always attacking you. Everybody's trying to compare themselves of somebody that you are above or below. Once you understand who you are, you're not going to be competing with anybody because you're not going to be judging anybody. You're
Right.
going to be competing with yourself and trying to achieve your maximum potential to have a life that you enjoy the journey. Because if you do not enjoy the journey, you will never reach happiness tomorrow. Never.
Absolutely. Love it. Great books. Great books. Um, Renee, what's one piece of advice that made a big impact in your life or business?
Mentoring. Um, Always, everybody has an opinion in life. Everybody has an opinion. And I learned that in reality is if you go with people with experience, it will be much, much cheaper. It will be less, much painful. And
Hmm.
the path to success is going to be a way more shorter. So if you are becoming an entrepreneur and you think you know it all, you're on the wrong path.
Right.
If you're an entrepreneur, go and learn. And today you can learn from so many people today. There's so much valuable information about different type of businesses or life experiences. So mentoring, I will say, will be my number one advice to people. Learn from somebody else's mistakes.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, if someone has done it before and they know what they're doing and they have experienced it before and you can learn from their experience, you would just like you said, it would be a lot cheaper. They've paid for it. They've wasted all the time and money and they could show you the way to go forward instead of you trying to figuring out everything on your own,
Yeah,
which is very time consuming, frustrating. It gives you anxiety, it gives you depression. I mean, the whole 9 yards, right?
100%. And I really believe that if you actually ask for advice, um, people will give you their advice. I mean, when you find a true entrepreneur that in life, I believe there's people that they suck light and they give light. And the people that suck light, usually they don't know who they are yet. They think money, status, success is defined by money. It's not defined by, I have a philosophy that you need to have a balance, the spiritual balance, your family, and the temporal life. And if you have a balance with those three, you have a foundation that is a lot more sturdy with those three pillars. If you have only one, it's very hard to enjoy the journey of life. But if you have those three, that's the most important thing. So there's so many people that they're willing to help you. There's so much good people in the world these days, and especially the entrepreneurs. If you go and knock the doors, you're like, hey, I'm an entrepreneur. I want to learn from the owner. Is he okay if he can give me a few advice about this thing? First of all, as an entrepreneur, you can't have fear. It can't be fear in your body. And if you have it, it's normal. You just have to learn how to confront it. Because if you don't confront your fear, you're not going to go anywhere, right?
Your fear will confront you.
A hunt, you'll be run by fear for sure.
100%. Renee, this has been an amazing conversation. Thank you for sharing your experience, your knowledge, your expertise, and your products. You have a unique product. Where can people learn more about your product and maybe reach to you and see what you got going on in your products?
Uh, they can go to speakingroses.com,
Okay.
speakingroses.com, and they can find more information over there. They can send us an email. There's email contact information. We're finishing polishing the website, but you can buy products today. Um, you can also have the ability to, in the top page, there's one says business relationships. You can click over there and give you a portal about learn about our licensing models, um, our distributor models. You can request for a meeting. You can meet with some of our team. You can meet with me. Yeah, we'd love to chat and um, explain you all our options and opportunities if you want to be part of the Speaking Roses family.
Love it. So someone can become a distributor. Let's say they're up in Canada. They could become a distributor. You have distribution in Canada?
Not today. Nope,
Oh,
not today. We have licensees in Canada, but our models are we have licensees and we have distributor and then we have affiliates. So they're similar, but they're a little different.
different.
Distributors are related to this new line of products. And then this is a new program, so we don't have distributors with this product yet. So we're barely start getting all our distributors, and we already are in conversation with many countries, many places. So we are looking for distributors all over the world.
Love it. And then, so one, gang, I mean, if you're watching or listening, go check it out, speakingroses.com, and then get more information, whether you want to become a partner, an affiliate, a licensee, and or if you just want to order flowers and, for your business. Um, Renee, if people want to order flowers for, say, Valentine,
Yeah, they
when
can
should
go.
they place the order? Is it now before you guys get too busy, or
Um, of course, you always have better chances. The early you order, the volumes can go crazy. We can run out of stock in some specific product, but you can go today and place an order today. The
right?
closer you get to the date of Valentine Day, of course, you have the less chances of options, or it always
You
could
might miss the
happen
delivery.
with the shipping delivery problem because that's out of our control, of course.
Right. And because I think your product is preserved, you could get it next week and keep it and, hand
Yeah,
it
of
over to your
course.
loved one on Valentine's Day. So
That's
I
the
wouldn't
beauty
wait.
of it. Yep, you
Yeah.
can save it for a week or a month if you have to. No problem.
Love it.
Yep.
That's amazing. Gang, for promotional items, this sounds and looks like an amazing thing that
Yeah.
Renee and his team have developed.
And affiliates.
Renee,
We have a very interesting affiliate program that whatever you do on the internet all over the world, you will get credit for it. So we have a phenomenal affiliate marketing program that we're implementing right now.
beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. And then okay, give us the 1 minute version of what the affiliate thing is. Do I become an affiliate and send it to my list and I get an affiliate fee?
Yeah. So what we're putting together is an affiliate program where, let's say, for example, you have a network of friends and family, you share your coupon. Well, when those persons buy the product with the coupon that you share, with the link that you share, now every single time they buy it, you will get a credit.
Right.
So they don't even have to use that coupon anymore. So they can buy it for the next 2 years, 3, 4, 5 years. You will still receive a commission because you help them to create that sale. So it's a very disrupted affiliate online marketing program that we're implementing right now, that it will allow influencers, channels, bloggers, and everybody. So it's a land grab. We're literally trying to become a land grab with our marketing strategy.
Love it. That is beautiful. Renee, is there a question that I should have asked that you think maybe would add value to our people that are watching or listening?
Um, the only thing that I always tell people is don't let this where you are today define who you are as a person. Most people in life, I deal with a lot of people with a lot of money. And the sad thing about that is that most people believe that money is you achieve success. And success, in my personal life and opinion, has nothing to do with money. It has to do with how you feel about yourself and how you are with others around you.
Mm-hmm.
Because money comes and goes, but relationships, and you will be making mistakes for sure, but the relationships are more important than just the money. So if you base your foundation on those three pillars, and I'm going to explain those again, I'm going to grab this box over here, but if you think just money or temporal things is your foundation, you're very unstable. But you bring family and then your spiritual life, and now you put all this, your foundation is solid. So that's one advice I will give people. Don't define of where you are right now, who you are as a person, and that if you are successful or not. Money is it's just a step that it help you to release a lot of other things, of course, that you can do, and the person will perceive you as a successful. But successful come from inside. I have guys that they were making literally over 600,000 a month, and they were so absolutely miserable because they were always believing every time they walk into a room, do I'm the guy that makes more money here or not? So that was defining that person. And it was very
Yeah,
sad
they're
because
not.
they didn't know
Seems
who
like
they
seems like they're not content with who they are. You
were.
know,
Well, there's a lot like that today because
absolutely,
the world is telling people who they are and they're showing who they have to become. And the first thing you need to look into your side, who are you as a person? And then from there on, you irradiate that to the world.
100%. So the three legs were family, spirituality, and money, or was family, spirituality, and something else?
And temporal, the temporal world. When I mean temporal, I mean, how are you? Are you self-sufficient? Are you an asset or are you an a-hole to the society? How are you as a neighbor? How are you as a citizen? How are you as a friend? As a anything related to the temporal life? You know, I mean, we all make mistakes, but are you becoming a good part of the society, or are you becoming a burden to society? So anything related to the temporal world, you know, the way how you work with the way how you treat other people, it's a lot more than just money. So those three pillars, they're very deep in each one of them, that one day I can tell you more about it, but that's the base, you know uh
Love it.
foundation.
Absolutely love it. Thank you, Renee, again for sharing your knowledge and wisdom. This was a fruitful conversation. Gang, if you have any questions for me or Renee, put it in the comments of the show, and we'll do our best to get back to you. Go to speakingroses.com and get your orders in, and get ready and test this out. I mean, this is a unique promotional item that I've never seen before. I mean, I go to a lot of shows and events, and we get a lot of what we call swag, but none of them are unique like this. So this totally stands out. Thank you for joining us. You've been watching and listening the Executive Hop Show. My name is Mustafa Hosseini, your host, with my guest Rene Rodriguez. Hope you guys have a great day and a great week and a great year coming up, 2025. Have a great day. Bye now.
Thank you.